Welcome back to another video, guys. And today we're going to be installing some lighting in this garage because it straight out stinks, and it has two regular lights. I guess it's more than most garages have, where they have just the garage door light, but they had two kind of fixtures that had domes over them, which I took the domes off to create more light, but they just have two bulbs each. So today we're going to be doing these. I'm sure you've watched tons of reviews if you're watching this one. It's BARRINA T5 LED lights. Got these off of Amazon, so we're going to see how these puppies work. It'll be ran by a light switch that's actually in the house, right inside the garage door, so that I can just turn those on and off and just leave a couple on for light if I need to come out here real quick or something. So anyway, let me get the camera reset and let me get the lights laid out on how we're going to have them, and then we'll get back together. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second. I'm going to show you my pattern on what we are doing here. We are going to have 3 rows of 3. I only have basically a row and a half out. So we're going to get these, and then we're going to go ahead and put them up on the ceiling and connect them all together, and we're going to see how exactly that looks. Let me get these up. I'll show you the progress, see how they look. It's going to be a huge improvement, at least in the dusk and nighttime for this garage. So we'll see where we go. All right, guys, here's a little update on where we are right now for this. Let me flip this around and I'll show you. All right, so here we are. I've got 1, 2, and then I've got a third row right up there. So this is how I've got to connect all the wires together that connect each other, and then I've got to hardwire one of them, and one of these I'm going to have to do on a separate switch so it stays on all the time, which they came with switches, so I'm not real worried about that. But I'm going to get this wired up real quick, and then we'll figure out what we're doing on hardwiring and which one we're going to leave up for doing on a separate switch. We have a bunch of these cords here, which is a stretch to say they're 48 inches. I'd say they're barely 47, but then you got to compensate for the 1 inch that they have to plug in, so it's not really a true 48 inch, but we'll do what we have to do and wire all these together. So let me get a plug out of this one that I've got to, I thought this was going to be plugged in, but it's not, so I got to get the plug out of this blasted thing. So these lights were a little bit different than all the reviews on YouTube because these are square. They don't, there goes that plug. These are square, not the square top with the big rounded bottom. I like them because they were clear on the bottom versus that opaque covering they had. So I'm hoping that these are as good or just as good. They're supposed to be 2200 lumens each, because it's 110 lumens per watt, and these are 20 watts each. So I'm kind of in the hopes for nice, good lighting in here, at least compared to what it was. If I need to double it up later, I can do that. So for now, we're gonna see how all this goes. Sorry if it's loud. I don't know how it sounds with this new mic that I've got, this wireless mic that I have synced up. I'm pretty happy with it so far, only because it sounds a lot better than that big echoey sound. So we got to get all these. I know it looks a little bit sloppy. We'll clean all that up. We got to connect all these together, though. Where you really have to watch out for the length of these is where you get spreading them out row by row if you're going to connect them. And it comes with 4 or 6 or however many switches. So if you want to put them on separate switches, just single switches, you can do that. I wasn't going to do that. I didn't like the idea of that. I want them wired up where I can hit a switch and they all come on. Just seems more convenient that way. Why would you do it any other way unless you just want a constant light on all the time? So that's the way I'm going to do it. Everybody else can do it their own way if they want. So once we get all these hooked the way they're supposed to be, then I'll worry about hardwiring it so they all come on at one time. Now if you put these, they come with these little brackets that you wire up. Oh, crap. Well, that wasn't good. It wouldn't budge, so I tried to push it a little harder and apparently it flew out. So here's how I'm going to do. I'm going to plug this one up first. And then I'll put this back in there. I have to organize all these wires after I'm all done. Alright, hopefully that's okay for now. Let's look at that one. Yeah, it's stretching a little bit, but I don't think I'll need terribly a lot more light in these, considering these are only 8-foot ceilings and these are supposed to be 2200 lumens each, so I don't think. Alright, this thing, sometimes it loses its memory and it doesn't want to follow like it's supposed to, which is the easiest way right now for me to do this, like it's doing right now. But I just have to deal with it for now. So we'll see. This. All right, that's a little better. All right, let's get these done. All right, now we'll go right there. This one. Go right here. All right. All these are the same way, so the way it goes into the end is the same. So if you can't see it, just make sure you have the triangle correct with the single point at the top, and you'll be able to get it in there. They're really easy to install. These things are dummy proof, which is why I can do it. So that's the way I like things. I like things that are simple and not difficult. This thing, if you're not looking at it or doesn't know what it's doing, it loses it all the time. But hey, me and the camera have something in common, I guess. One more line for now, and we'll see about hardwiring this. But to be honest with you, I wanted an even spread, mostly across the front where my cabinets are, and then across the cars, and to the other side of my Mustang where my workbench is, so I could see if I turn the lights on. I don't want it pointless where I turn the light on and then I don't have any light where I need to see, and then have to get a flashlight. So I want to be able to see when I turn the light on and not have to use another light. Unless it's like deep in a cabinet, I understand that, but I don't think it's kind of pointless if I'm having to use extra lights after I have lights on if I don't need to. All right, so that's that. I have to clean up all these wires, figure out how the heck I'm going to hide them. I really don't want to drill holes in the ceiling and drop them through and everything. That might end up having to be what I do, but we'll see. Let me get this all figured out, what I'm going to do on hard wiring or wiring one of them, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'll tell you where I'm at. I've got everything wired, everything put up. It's as good as it's going to get without drilling holes in the ceiling and all that nonsense. So I've got everything stapled up where it's nice and neat and flat, where it's not that noticeable. So right now what I'm doing is I've got everything wired together except for I've got my standalone light that you might be able to see up here. I got it up here. All right, so if anybody's wondering, I counted the LEDs that are in this each individual light assembly. There's 120 LEDs. These are supposed to be, it said on the package, I think it's 110 lumens per watt, and these are 20 watt lights. So I figured they were somewhere in the 2700 lumens per light strip. So they look good. I temporarily plugged them in to the outlet, to the end, the one that was on the end, and looks really, really good. I'm hardwiring this one, which is the first one in the string. I think I've decided to, I left that one on. That one's going to be the one that stays on all the time. Okay, so if I did this right, so I don't need my ground, I don't think, and I've got this. I actually ended up using one of the lights to the light switches. Let me show you what I mean. All right, I ended up using one of these switches. It comes with 4 or 5 of them, and you can plug it in and then turn on each individual light as you want it to. I actually ended up tearing apart the switch here. All they do is have the ground that's separated on the switch so that when you turn it off and off, it loses connectivity. So I tore this apart, took the 2 grounds, and there's a little metal plate that's on the bottom of each one. I just used one of them, put the thing on there, and then I soldered them together to beat the system. But one of these was just long enough to wire to where one of my lights was at. So original lights, the dome lights. So I've already taken them out. I've got to turn power back on, and we'll see how it looks. So stay tuned. Hold on just a second. All right. I don't know if you guys could see that. I'm pretty sure you can. But this right here is 1,000 times better than what it was. I had 4 of the LED little round screw-in lights and these dome lights that were here when we bought the house a while back, and I just upgraded to these. And I have 9, and honestly, it only goes halfway back in my garage. It goes about right here, which is right where the garage door opener is at. And I could probably go 2 more rows, I'd say. So right now it's lit up really nice. It works. I've got my standalone light, which is right here. It's just put up the plugs right there so I can turn it on and off if I need to. I can stretch to it, and then I just have it hard or just plugged into my light switch here. But this is going to change crazy tons. It's going to look awesome. This stuff is just dummy proof. I mean, if you can do a little bit of wiring or something, that's all it takes. It's no genius thing, which is why I like that. This is easy as all get out. So, and you know, the good thing about this is you can add lights to these. So on the end of the one that I did over here, on the end of that one, they come with plugs that if you're not using it, you can just plug it so dust and stuff don't get in. Or you can order more, and you can just continue that onto this one and continue on down all the way to the end. And you'll get light instantly as long as they're all linked. So that's it. I hope you guys like it. I can tell already. I've got this about 3 feet. I've got it about 3 feet back from where my cabinets are. And even from where my cabinets are, I mean, I can see everything in there almost to the back as far as the light shining. The shadow doesn't hit until it gets to that very back row. So I can see, you can probably see in that really good. So that's awesome. That's going to be a huge help to everything I'm doing, whether it's under the hood or just in here tinkering around or at night or whatever the case is. So there we go. That's a little bit better. So anyway, let me unhook y'all real quick, and then I'll show you the lights, see the difference. I'm sure you saw the difference when I turned the lights on. So hold on just a second. All right, we're back here. As you can see, 3 rows of lights. There's the beginning of the garage door. This looks just so much, tons better. Sean, can I get you to go over and turn the lights out? Go turn the lights out inside the door. All right, so this is the only switch that's there. So this is, so that's before, okay, hold on. So this is, you can see. All right, go ahead and flip it on, and then you can see the difference there. This is just daytime. This is just daylight. It's 5 in the afternoon. But these things are just awesome. They're absolutely great. I plugged one up when I first got them and thought, oh, this isn't going to be that great, but it is just, you can see where it stops right here. It's right above the garage door opener. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and put probably 2 more rows and it would be perfect. All right. Well, I hope this helped y'all. You've watched tons of BARRINA lights. I'm sure everybody's saying they're the best or whatever. This is the only ones I've tried, but so far I love them. These are the slim square ones. I'll try and put a link below in case anybody's interested. They were cheaper than the ones that were flat on the top with the rounded opaque lens. They're actually cheaper per light. I think they're $1 or $2 cheaper, but they only come in a set of 10 instead of a set of 12. So you might have to get another set if you want more. But hey, with these lights, you can always have more. This was a 10 set. I'm only using 9. I'm going to put one in my wife's laundry room where the fluorescent light fixture went out. So I'm going to ditch that old thing and put one of these LED lights, and she probably won't be able to see after that. But, you know, these things are freaking awesome. So stay tuned. We've got more stuff to come. I'm soon going to be putting in a new water PEX line, and the line I have already that comes in, it's going to run all the way down the garage and up. I'm going to put a electric pressure washer there to the ease of pressure washing all my cars without having to get a gas one out, start it and stop it, start it and stop it, and all that stuff. I'm cleaning up this corner still, so it's going to house our 2 bikes. The kids' bikes are already on the other side of the garage, hidden. So these 2 are going to be hanging up on the wall. I'm going to reorganize all this, and I've got to clean all this junk up. So just stay tuned, because it's going to be a wild ride. This has been a work in progress the last month of buying stuff and getting things organized and how they should be. It's still a usable garage, but I want it to look nice and neat. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this helped people. If you got any questions, just comment, hit me up. I made an Instagram finally, just posting maybe like future projects and stuff. So if anybody's interested, if not, don't go on there. It's Paul.WINKELMAN. I got a couple pictures of my Mustang on there that I've worked on the last 3 or 4 months, and then a couple pictures of my garage before and after here in the last week of doing the new cabinets and a review of the cabinets. So that's easier to post on, obviously, than using YouTube all the time. So go follow me on there. Stay up to date on all my little projects I've got going on, trying to make this kind of like the ultimate homeowner's usable garage. Go follow Obsessed Garage. He's awesome. I've kind of gotten motivated by him and the way his wash bay and his garage looks, even though mine will never look like that, but it looks freaking awesome. So I'm trying to organize and get this place presentable where I'm not embarrassed when I have people in. It's not just a junk pile. I actually park cars in here and actually work on stuff and try and organize everything. So All right, well, you guys have a good the rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next video.